Well, for me, it was not having a father. So when, I grew up, I didn't know, I never saw my dad. I never knew what happened. He just disappeared. No one ever talked about him. And, I didn't realize that a lot of the reasons I was getting in trouble was there was no one to guide me.
Sure.
And my stepdad, he just worked all the time. And then when he came home, he didn't want to, deal with children and stuff. So, right. Not having that leadership and that mentorship in life, someone to guide you to become a man, I didn't realize I was missing until I met Bob. And he's like, nope, this is how things are. And I was like, oh, wow, this is amazing. But it's what men need. Young men need someone to guide them. And that's why and same with women, girls. That's why the father role, A, is so important. And then B, I paid so much attention to it. When my son was little, I wasn't the greatest father because I wasn't there. I was training all the time. I was traveling the world. I was struggling to build, a career. Right. And so, 20 years later, when my daughter was born, I had means and I was looking to exit fighting. And I was like, what if I just spent all my time with her? Like, what if I, achieved what I wanted to, what I missed out on, both with myself, with my son, what if I took all those things that Bob taught me and I gave them to my little girl? Yeah. And, first it was just this kind of wild idea, like, oh, that's what I'm going to do. And, all the dads work. Like everyone thought I was crazy. I turned down, $1 million jobs. I was like, no, I can't run your company. I'm sorry. I'm doing this daughter thing. Yeah. But the healing that I got from it and the human experience that it's provided me for the past 13 years has been mind blowing. Yeah. It's just such love. And there's such, I can tell that she listens to everything I say. And, I never realized until this second time around, how powerful a parent is in a child's life. Sure. Through everything, through the words they say, through the actions they show, through how they talk, how they present themselves. My daughter never knew who I was as a champion. She just knew me as dad. Right. And so we'd meet thousands of people. And I would always include her in the picture. And when she was 3 years old, she was shaking fans' hands. Oh, hey, nice to meet you. And so she's developed this personality where she's like, she'll go up to a total stranger. Hey, I'm Nicolette. How are you? And just spark up a conversation because it was so normal for her. Yeah. And then when she was about, 9 or 10, she found out that they weren't just dad stories. They were all real stories. And so she's like, really, Dad? All that happened? Like, yeah, I thought you were just telling me stories. I said, no.
I'm kind of a big deal.
Yeah. Well, she actually has a plaque on her desk that says, I'm kind of a big deal.
There you go.
So she's taking it to heart. But
I love it.
The reason I told her stories for her age group that I knew would help her in her guidance. Right. So I would tell her, I lived in Japan and I would craft the story, for her specific age group. So it would make her mind go, oh, I want to live somewhere someday. And I want to go on a journey. And, and so often we tell stories without tithinking and our kids get the message and they go, oh, I can't do that. Or, oh, that happened to dad. Or, oh, and so we unknowingly through parenting, sometimes programming our children to believe in things that we believe in that maybe don't have value anymore. Yeah. And it's really hard to capture that message when you're so busy with life and when you're struggling with your bills and when you have all these other social challenges. Sure. So that's why parenting is so important. That limited time that we have, it's just like storytelling. We have to craft that because A, we're growing good children, but B, all those things that hold us back and make us feel good and lack of confidence and can I do it and can I do that? We pass those on unless we don't. Right. And if we change that story to our children, that story changes with us. Right. So we stop feeling that way. And that's what I realized with this, with my daughter, Nicolette, like I don't feel that way anymore. Because she's out there going, hey, how you doing? I'm Nicolette, and greeting people. And I go, well, that's what I should be doing. So on those days where I feel like, I don't want to see anybody, I don't want to do this, or she's out doing it because of what I've taught her. Right. And it reminds me like, what's wrong with me? Hold on. Yes. I need to get out there and do my stuff.
Yeah.
So, there's parenting.
There's reciprocity there, how we can learn from them,
Yeah. So it's so much more than, I got to tell them what to do and I got to teach them this and I got to teach them that. No, you're learning and growing, through that experience. And like my daughter's taught me more in the past 13 years than I learned in all my years.
Sure.
Because just seeing her develop and interact with the world and taking the moment to say, this is the lesson that I need to teach right now. Not how I feel, not this, not that, not that. What's most important for her in this moment. And then seeing the result of that is just, as a man, I didn't realize how powerful it is to have a little girl.
Yes.
And what a powerful human experience it is for a man to have a little lady and then to grow her up and you be the model.
Yes.
So like that, we often forget as men because we have a bunch of kids, a bunch of stuff. We're always busy. Sure. But, your little girl is never going to see anything else but her dad and love him and like how wonderful he is.
Right.
And, all the things that you teach as a man to her are the things that she's going to look for in a man.
Right. That's the model.
That is so powerful for a man to like let that sink in and then to start taking action on it.
Yes.
Because that's our purpose, right? As parents.
I agree.
Yeah, I love it. I love being a dad.
Yeah. No, I'm with you, man. And I'm with every word you said. It's awesome.
Yeah. I love